hurricane-force wind was sweeping across the island of Sodor. Thomas, Percy, and Toby listened anxiously as it howled around their shed. It rattled the windows and moaned in the roof. It was even strong enough to shake the heavy wooden doors. The engines didn't get much sleep that night. When their drivers came the next morning, none of the engines wanted to go out. Brrr, shivered Thomas. The wind was cold as well as strong, and Annie and Clarabelle didn't like it either. There weren't many passengers that morning. They all wanted to stay indoors, and Thomas didn't blame them. Lucky things, he thought to himself. But when Thomas reached the station by the river, he was astonished to see footballers playing in the nearby field. One team wearing red shirts, the other in blue and white. It's part of the knockout competition, explained the fireman. At the end of the season, the winners will get a silver cup. Trees between the field and the railway waved wildly in the wind. Sooner them than me, Thomas muttered to himself. They'll all get knocked out if they're not careful. James was waiting at the junction when Thomas arrived. He didn't mind the wind, and was even boasting about it. My train was dead on time. A little bit of wind doesn't stop me. Just then, the wind blew so hard that the station roof shook, and so did something else. Just look at that signal, exclaimed Thomas. But James couldn't see, because suddenly the signal wasn't there anymore. The wind had blown it down. Help! Cried Thomas in alarm, as two more signal posts broke and crashed to the ground. Let's get away from here! The firemen hurried to the signal box to find out what they should do. We can't move without signals, explained the driver. How would we know if it was safe? Well, it's not safe here either, snorted James. The drivers laughed, but they did move the engines along the platform as far as they dared. It was lucky that they did, because 2 minutes later, the wind lifted the platform canopy clean off its framework and dropped it to shatter on the platform below. No one was hurt as the canopy crashed down, but Annie and Clarabelle were very badly frightened, and some of the splinters of wood scratched Clarabelle's paint. At last, a man with flags came and signalled the two trains away. James wasn't boasting about being dead on time anymore. He was only too glad to get away. Thomas reached the station by the river and stopped for a drink. The fireman had a difficult time putting the pipe in Thomas's tank, because the wind kept trying to blow it away. At last, they were ready. Come along and let's get home. Oh, come along and let's get home, Thomas puffed to Annie and Clarabelle, and they came as quickly as they could. By the time they reached the curve near the football ground, they were going well. The footballers were still playing. Thomas was amazed. They were halfway around the curve when suddenly there was a jerk, and the guard's emergency brake went hard on. "Ugh!" groaned Thomas. "What's the matter now?" He soon found out. Suddenly, lying across the line in front of him, he saw an enormous tree where the wind had left it. Thomas stopped just in time. "Good gracious!" he exclaimed. "I couldn't see that. So how did the guard know about it?" His driver looked back. Running towards them, waving red jerseys, were 3 footballers, followed by the guard, who was waving a red flag and blowing his whistle. "Thank goodness you stopped," panted the footballers when they arrived. "We thought we were too late." "It was a near thing," said the driver. "Thanks for warning us." The driver took Thomas back to the station by the river, and Bertie took the passengers home. Poor Thomas had to spend a cold night there. He could go no further until the line was clear. The next day, Terence the tractor dragged the tree off the line, and it was cut up into small pieces. Toby and Percy worked hard all day taking the wood away, and at last Thomas, Annie and Clarabelle could go home. A week later, there was a party at the station by the river. All the engines were there, and the Fat Controller gave the footballs a framed certificate to remind them of the day they saved the train.